So what do you do when you fly cross country for a wedding? You've got to make the time to stop by Zion National Park. Zion is one of the best national parks, and that means it's typically very busy. It's best to have a plan when visiting. We're still more than 2 miles from the entrance to the park, but you can see all the people here parked in Springdale. That's because they're taking the free shuttle to the park entrance. So really, if you don't have a reservation at the lodge, you can't park inside the national park, or the parking is extremely limited and really hard to get. So it's best to park out here, take the free shuttle. So it's just after 2 p.m. on Sunday, and we're going to stop by the visitor center and just see if there's any parking. Just by chance, there might be something. And we lucked out. It's pretty busy, but we caught a person just leaving, so we were just there at the right time. I get the feeling that most people tend to keep their parking spot here all day. They just use their cars at base camp throughout their stay. All in all, it's not a particularly busy day, but the visitor center is still extremely busy. You can always check out the store at the lodge if it's a bit too crowded here for you. Alright, so we just got through with the visitor center, made a few purchases, had some fun, got our passport stamped. If you don't know about the passport stamps, you can buy the book there, and they've got a spot for like a passport stamp for each national park. It's pretty awesome. But it was so crowded, you could barely walk in the store without bumping into people. So plan on it being busy when you're here. This isn't even a busy weekend. The lodge isn't available for check-in until 4 p.m., so a great way to spend the afternoon is exploring the park. The Zion Mount Carmel Highway is a great place to start. Where else do you get a view like this? This is just unbelievable. We had no idea it was going to be like this. This is just great. You've got to come check this out. So we've done the Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park, and I gotta say, this one is every bit as good. So today we're doing the Zion Mount Carmel Highway, which is the scenic road in the park here in Zion National Park that actually goes all the way up the mountain, and you take the tunnel through the mountain to the other side. So it is going to be great. We've heard great things about it. I can't wait to do it. Okay, I gotta say the tunnel was really awesome. That one section where it just opens up with these giant panoramic windows while you're still in the tunnel, it was amazing. It really felt like you were inside the mountain. Alright, so we've randomly found here the Canyon Overlook Trail. This is right at that big tunnel we went through, or drove through. So we think it's going to have a great view at the other end. We thought this was going to just be a quick flight of steps up to an overlook.
I didn't know we were doing this.
Turns out the trail's about a mile each way. Getting a little workout in. So Kristen made a good point. Maybe we shouldn't have eaten those big sandwiches right before discovering this trail. If only we'd found it first. This trail is so cool. I think this would count as a moderate. But for us from Florida, the moderates are pretty hard. All right, what do I see ahead? Looks like it's opening up here. You can feel this little platform we're walking on moving under your feet. Looks like we're getting out to the end. It looks like the view opens up just around that bend up ahead. This is truly amazing. We get to see that view of the road. If you look close, you can even see the little gaps where you can see the light shining into the tunnel. Yeah, this is so cool. This view is totally worth it. I think it's time to head back to the car. We've actually still got to make it to the hotel. It's available for check-in now, so we're going to make our way to the lodge. I can honestly say this has been one of the best hikes I've been on. So when you're going to the Zion Lodge, it's actually protected by a gate code that you have to have from the email reservation. So make sure you take a screenshot of it because the cell phone service here really isn't very good. One of the big benefits of staying at the lodge is that you actually get to stay here and drive on this road, at least up as far as the lodge is. And that gives you an earlier access to the buses in the morning than you would otherwise have. The lodge is actually multiple buildings. The main building with the front desk has the gift shop and the restaurant. The rooms are actually in two separate buildings. The buildings may be old, but they're still very serviceable. We'd happily stay here again. Looks like we're on the second floor. Alright, we made it in here to our room, and it's actually fairly nice. It's big enough, king bed, power outlets by the bedside. We've actually got a microwave in here, so we can have hot meals whenever we want. And we've got our own balcony out back, so yeah, I think this is a pretty cool place. Oh, and we have a refrigerator. Having a balcony was really nice, and you will likely see some wildlife. Good morning. Let me tell you, it is cold out today. It was 80 degrees yesterday, and it's 40 degrees this morning. But it is clear as can be out. There are two main places to eat at the lodge, the Red Rock Grill and the Castle Dome Cafe. The Castle Dome Cafe is more of a quick service location, but I'll tell you, it costs almost the same thing as the Red Rock Grill. We tried them both, and the grill is where you want to eat. Judging by the size of the waiting area, it must get extremely busy during peak season. It was fairly empty for us though. Good coffee here. The breakfast burrito was the best meal we've had in a national park. It's big enough that two people could share this one. With that, it's time to get our day started. The lobby has a great place to fill your bottles as you get on your way. Make sure and swing by the gift shop while you're here. It has some more practical stuff than what you'll find at the visitor center. So we had planned to rent e-bikes down at the front. There's a little store just outside the park, but we kind of struck out there. The parking situation is just crazy. We've got free parking here at the lodge, so we could park here and then have to bus to the front, get the bikes, ride the bikes and bus all over the place. So we kind of figured if we're going to be doing that, we may as well just take the buses to the places we want to go anyway. One tip we learned was to take the bus to the farthest stop out when you get on in the morning. The lines going out get long as the morning passes. Thanks for that. We're starting today with the hike to the Narrows. It's still a bit chilly for us at 45 degrees, but the hike to the start should be great. This hike is a bit over a mile each way, and there's plenty of places to stop along the way. So it's pretty crazy just how busy it is here on the trail to the Narrows. It's about 12 o'clock, right at lunchtime, and the people just keep streaming in. This is one of those places where it's a great photo wherever you point your camera. The whole hike in the canyon is getting narrower and narrower. So I've got to say, we really enjoyed this hike. We just followed the river pretty much all the way to the start of the Narrows, and it is totally worth doing, even if you're not going into the Narrows like we didn't. The views just keep getting better and better. And in the end, you can even go stick your feet in the water if you want, even when it's cold like today. Kristen was saying that when she put her feet in, they went numb in about 10 seconds, with the water being 45 degrees and all. With that, it's time for a snack and a cold beverage over at the beer garden. The Zion Beer Garden was quite nice, but it did tend to get busy toward the end of the day. We've got time for one more hike today, and we think it's going to be a good one. So this next hike is short but pretty steep here, all paved. It's the Patriarchs Trail. There should be a viewing area not too far ahead. It's short, but it's steep. Lots of switchbacks to the top.
What is this? Shovel them.
And here we are at the Court of the Patriarchs. Zion, we will be back. We'll catch you next time here at the Weekend Experience.